for how we go through this beast.
That sounds...
Are we mainly focusing on the covenant today, or are we doing the mission, vision, like, are we doing all these sections?
Yeah.
Both things?
Section, hopefully.
The initial purpose was the mission, vision. Yeah, the initial purpose was the mission, vision, but then we want to have like a workable covenant like as soon as possible so that we could have it up on the gardens as soon as possible, like maybe by tomorrow. So I think they're both valuable, but I think they're like highly interrelated.
Cool. Yeah, maybe we could go through each section together kind of as a group maybe as well, and see if we like it or if things need to change, and then maybe hack on it kind of each, like one section at a time as a group until we're happy with each section.
That sounds good. I mean, yeah, I'm also happy to go through it like that. And even if we don't have all of the exact perfect wording, we can like put our jot note ideas and like, oh, I don't like this, let's change this. And so it doesn't have to be perfect, but yeah, I think that's great.
Cool.
Do we want to do like a quick round? Yeah, should we do like just a quick round of intentions and distractions just so that we're all like synced?
Sounds good.
Okay, well, my intentions are to do all those things I just talked about, and I'm not distracted. I'm like, so let's do it, and I'll pass it to Mitch.
I'm distracted. I'm trying to work through some impact craft stuff, but now I'm here, and I'd like to go through this beast and figure out if we can at least get all the weird kinks and outdated information out of here and inject it with some new life. I'll pass it to Tommy.
Intentions, distractions.
I'm a little distracted. It's about to rain. Intentions, catch up, try to help out with the wiki. Yeah.
You muted yourself.
I think you're gonna pass it to me. My intention is to hack with you all, get through this doc, and not feeling distracted, maybe a little tired, but otherwise pretty focused and alert. And I'll pass to Ashley.
Hi guys. Yeah, my intention's just get this thing finished up, get a little more perspective, and just after the last call with Gabby and Edu, just kind of getting something in for the covenant. And this is just for the test net, so this isn't permanent, just so that we have something to put in there and just kind of test it out. So keep that in mind that we can always change that part of it. But distractions, no, I'm good. And I think Forrest, you're next.
I don't have any distractions, and yeah, my intention is to help support in beautifying this document and being as clear and concise as possible for each section. Cool.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Okay, cool. Tommy, just to let you know, we're working on specifically the mission, vision, values, and we're gonna like make that into a covenant, which is being used for gardens, which is where we're gonna do like voting with the give tokens. So the document is in the chat because you stepped in late. Okay, cool. Maybe I should share my screen if we're gonna walk through it together? Yeah. Okay. Let me just do that. Cool. Can you guys see my HackMD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Okay, so this is the Giveth wiki to start. The first person is just like about the Giveth DAC. Welcome to Giveth. We're a community focused on making the world a better place through the use of blockchain technology. Then what is a DAC? A DAC stands for Decentralized Altruistic Community and is a meta description for anybody engaging in a process to alleviate some problem in this world with time and effort. And then what is the Giveth DAC? An eclectic mix of people from the Ethereum and nonprofit worlds dedicated to revolutionizing philanthropy by encouraging, supporting, and incentivizing the funding of public goods. We're building the Giveth Galaxy, an ever-extending collection of initiatives that are driving the blockchain for good innovation. Giveth strives to model the DAC concept as one of the first nonprofit blockchain-based entities. We have developed free open source platforms to bridge the gap between the pro-social, value-driven, collective-focused magic makers of the world and the revolutionary funding streams of the crypto space. We are making it easy for global communities to grow around positive impact causes. In fact, our team is using Giveth platforms to build community around the Giveth idea itself. If you feel inspired, help us create the solution, join our community. Okay, any
Should we? So how are we feeling about that? All that so far. I also want to ask too. You guys had a conversation recently around the term DAC, right? And whether to use. I think there's a poll for DAC versus community.
Yeah, that was actually we were specifically talking about whether or not we should change DAC to community on Giveth Trace, because the biggest category was DACs, DACs, add your DAC. And then so that's now being changed to community, but the decision was that we would change it there, but not necessarily stop calling ourselves a DAC.
Cool. I am wondering while reading through this, I love it all, but I do wonder if maybe it would make more sense to people if we just called it the Giveth DAO. And then we don't have to actually explain what is a DAC, what is the Giveth DAC. We could kind of maybe skip that. And I feel bad deleting any of that because it's good copy. But something to consider. What do you guys think?
Are we a DAO?
Yeah, and this is going to be going on the DAO. We are a DAO, and DAOs are hot right now, and this is going to be on our gardens, which is going to be our DAO. Or I guess this won't necessarily be. The Covenant will be. So right now we have the Aragon DAO, and then we will have this One Hive Gardens DAO.
I feel okay with that. Honestly, I rewrote this section, and I also kind of kept what the structure was with the wiki. And in the wiki, I was really focused about Giveth being a community and Giveth using Giveth platforms to build community around causes that they care of. And the cause we're building around is Giveth. So it's this really meta concept of the DAC. But if we just kind of eliminate all that and we're Giveth is a DAO, and then we get a little bit more to the focus of what we're doing, where we're building platforms and we're incentivizing funding of public goods, and I think it might be a little bit more. I think it might be a little bit more readable. The wiki's really nice. Somebody put a lot of effort into it, but it's really artistic, and I like things to be really clear, and I find it not clear.
Maybe it can be a DAO of DAOs. Because I don't know, you're kind of offshooting other DAOs and dApps, right? Or working with token engineering, or working with One Hive, or
Yeah, I think DAO feels more clear to me, and it's a little bit less artistic, so we are sacrificing a bit of that. But I think, to your point, Lauren, it's we're asking a lot for people to read through all of this, basically. So if we can be more clear, more to the point, and not have to define new terms, I think that would be beneficial for a newcomer coming and trying to learn about Giveth, which seems like this is kind of what the purpose of this episode.
Oh, I'm glad you're here, Willie. I like it, and I'm glad it wasn't me who said that.
And I feel bad too, because it is super artistic, and part of me loves it. And we don't have to, like we said, we don't have to get rid of all this stuff completely from our vocab, but yeah, I do think it's nice to be there.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, well then otherwise, so if I just change this basically to the Giveth DAO, and then kind of keep this part that we're revolutionizing philanthropy and incentivizing funding public goods. This part about the Giveth Galaxy I think is fine, and just collecting people on the ground to funding streams. I feel those are the 3 sentences to keep from there, and that can just be our overarching definition ish of the Giveth DAO. Unless is there something it's
Giveth strives to model the DAC concept, and we're going to keep that in there.
Where is that?
That's in the same paragraph there. Because if we don't explain what a DAC is at all anymore.
I would just take that out.
Okay. Giveth strives to. Okay. Or just Giveth strives something, one of the first nonprofit blockchain-based entities.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a nice sentence, like just that end part.
Yeah. Oh.
Giveth is, you know.
Yeah.
We could say Giveth strives to model decentralized governance techniques as one of the first nonprofit blockchain techniques.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Yep.
Pretty cool. And then I'm gonna just get rid of this like meta Giveth stuff. It's cute, but it's confusing. Okay. Anything else on this part, or should we just like kind of move down?
I like those changes. If we can get rid of this whole what is a DAC section, right?
Yep.
Up top. Yep.
Nice.
Cool.
Somebody did that. That's great.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay, so our mission. Our mission is to connect people, ideas, and resources to facilitate and incentivize regenerative impact. We're not content with the status quo for charities, and we're committed to developing a better decentralized alternative. I like kind of the first part, and I just like don't think that this is really necessary, but I feel like there's more to what our mission is.
Yeah, it's kind of like a combative phrase.
Yeah, it's just like not a useful thing to say. I feel like we should say something a little more clear.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you guys think the mission of Giveth is?
We could throw in something about like, you know, building the future of giving, or like a lot.
Bridging the nonprofit and the blockchain worlds.
Yeah.
Revolutionizing philanthropy.
Yeah.
I like this.
And then I think the main way that we're revolutionizing philanthropy is this like give and gain, give and get back, give and receive concept, right?
Yeah.
So,
I think there is like several iterations where we revolutionize philanthropy, and some of them we haven't gotten there yet, and that's that DeFi for good concept.
Yeah.
Yes. Agreed. Give and receive is part of it, but it's not all of it.
Yeah. Cool. So should we just be like more vague and just say kind of something like, we are building the future of giving. We're bridging the nonprofit and blockchain worlds, and then just kind of like, just like that? Or should we're revolutionizing philanthropy by something?
It could be like we are building the future of give. Our mission is to build the future of giving by connecting people, ideas, and resources to facilitate and incentivize regenerative impact using blockchain for good tech, or no.
You could make it into 2 sentences though. Like that's your first sentence, and then your second sentence say the second point. And I think the third sentence you can put further in this document.
The not content with this, the revolutionizing philanthropy part.
Yeah, I think that can fit somewhere else in this.
Yeah.
And it doesn't explicitly have to be in the mission.
You could say we are revolutionizing philanthropy by bridging the nonprofit and blockchain.
Nice.
Just
blockchain worlds.
Thank you, Forrest. That's good.
Yeah. What comes up for me when we start saying things like building the future of giving and revolutionizing philanthropy is that's really more something that we would include in our vision, and the mission is more like the practical, like pragmatic, this is what we're doing very clearly right now, and then like the vision is more the big idea.
So with the mission have more like building gaps and
So is the first sentence then too vague?
Yeah, maybe.
Or it could be like, our mission is to connect people, ideas, and resources by, and then like the very clear way that we're doing that.
Mm-hmm. By building dApps.
Decentralized, free, open source, decentralized platforms for donations on the blockchain.
Yeah. I do like getting like free, open source, community owned, those things in there.
Mm-hmm.
I covered elsewhere.
Can we say decentralized applications?
Yeah.
I don't know, can we?
Yeah.
Donation applications?
I thought it was donation applications because technically they're not fully decentralized applications.
I think we can say decentralized applications. I think that is the mission, right? And,
we will be.
Sure.
Yeah.
Once we have Give tokens, we will be a dApp.
Yeah.
Okay. By building free, open source, decentralized applications for
that connect people, for connecting people. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, can't you just put in the second point there for bridging nonprofit and blockchain world?
Yeah, we already put the connecting people at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, we're keeping this one. Okay, I see it. Yeah. Okay.
To connect the nonprofit and blockchain world. Cool.
Yeah, like that.
Love it.
Yeah, I like bridges.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, cool. So this is like not our mission. So that's a single sentence, that's our mission, eh?
I think so. I mean, I don't like if I'm from what Forrest says, if like we're talking about real pragmatic things that we're doing.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Okay, cool. So now let's go to our vision. So the vision definitely needs work here. Right now it says our vision is to create... I feel like we should just keep going because I feel like where we're at right now, I almost don't want to read what's there. It's like we're building the future of giving and we're revolutionizing philanthropy. So like let's create the vaguer statement that talks about the bigger picture of the future of Giveth here.
You're talking about in the vision now?
In the vision, yeah.
Okay.
So can we talk about our vision for the future of giving?
Yeah, sure. That's what I think we should do. Our vision is to build the future of giving by...
Or like Willie said, just our vision of the future of giving.
Yeah, like our vision for the future of giving is a free, globally accessible platform where funds flow efficiently, transparently, and directly to wherever they can have the most positive impact.
Where funds flow efficiently,
transparently, and directly to wherever they can have the most positive impact. That's nice and vague, right?
Yeah. Have the is our vision for the future of giving is to build free, accessible.
I think globally accessible, free, globally accessible.
I feel like I spelled accessible.
What if we incorporate the sentence below where it's like our vision for the future of giving is to create an interface between the pro-social, value-driven, collective focus?
Yeah, I did like that sentence. I put it in like 4 different places.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah. Should we? You like that?
And maybe in the second sentence where it's like we could add the funds flowing efficiently, transparently, and directly.
Okay.
That first sentence, it seems to me a little more mission-y than vision-y.
Yeah. Um, is it better?
Mhm.
Our mission is to connect people, ideas, and resources by building free, open source, decentralized applications to bridge the nonprofit and blockchain worlds. We're creating an interface between the pro-social, value-driven, collective-focused magic makers of the world and the revolutionary funding streams of the crypto space, especially Ethereum, have opened up.
Yeah, I like that.
Our vision for the future of Our vision for the future of giving is to build a free, globally accessible platform where funds flow efficiently, transparently, and directly to where they have the most positive impact. Giving is effortless, and all people around the world are incentivized to have a positive impact. The platform is self-sustaining and can fund its growth without charging any fees for donors and projects. That's nice. Willie, was that you?
I pasted it.
Oh, it's good pasting. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, it's so much better. Before in the Notion, it was this here, down here. As a mutual aid project, you can post details of your project, raise funding, and updates as a donor. I like how we're addressing both donors and projects in a way that's like more vague and like more, triumphant, It's more uplifting.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I can just kind of mostly delete all the rest of this at the bottom, unless there's any objections.
Delete it.
Oh, just strike through for now. Just delete it. Ruthless.
Yeah, we're getting crazy now.
Not ready. Okay, should we go down to values? So we feel confident with this?
So everything above there is what we're going with. From above, delete this to the Our Vision header.
Except for the crossed out
Okay.
parts.
Okay.
And this
Great.
part needs changing, but yeah, so we have our mission and our vision, just this and this.
Okay. Yeah, this looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, awesome. So values, let's get into the values. So this is the funny thing, Willie, because it's like everywhere it says our values are altruism, decentralization, and community. And those are like, talked about with trumpets and everything. So anyway, what I did here is I just put all of the bullet points that I found in all of the various places under their appropriate sections. It needs to be consolidated. And also, Ashley and I were just in a conversation with Griff, and I asked him what he thinks about altruism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was like on the same page as like kind of we were in the governance call where he was sort of talking about how, I mean, it's good, like Griff likes to think of himself or as Giveth as being altruistic, but like, you know, in the crypto space, people are like, oh, altruism, and it just kind of like skip past it, and we're kind of trying to create a system where we're like, people are rewarded for the things that they're giving to. So it was like what Mitch said in the governance call is like, okay, we could say it as like one of our values, but maybe not make it like the main focal point of all of our communications.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, I like the bullet points below it, right? But yeah, it sounds like I think we can, yeah, if we make it one of our top values, I am worried that, like you said, it kind of clashes with a lot of the other values in crypto, like anarcho-capitalism, and I am worried that, and it's not necessarily what we want to, you know, we don't want to give people the impression that we're counting on altruism, right? We are altruistic, we love altruists will do well and give us community, but you don't have to be, you don't have to be an altruist, and we're not counting on altruism to solve these problems.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree with that. And I also just kind of to say, so the way that the values are structured, maybe this needs to be completely revamped, because the other part of it is like we're taking away DAC, and the other thing is like Giveth is a DAC and our values are DAC. That's in the, like what it is in the wiki as it exists now. Our values are all are decentralization, altruism, and community. So
yeah, and on the websites.
Yeah. So if we're getting rid of that languaging, I also pasted here. This was from.
That's from the branding guide, no?
This is from the branding guide. Yeah. These are the values I copied from the branding guide. Social good, humanism, environmentalism, good governance, trust, transparency, honesty, decentralization, collaboration, innovation, community, philanthropy, dream, empowerment, connection, inclusion. I'm always like, I always stop at dream, and I'm like, dream? Is dream a value? I think it's a math. Anyway, yeah. So I'm totally open for ideas on like how to totally rework this, or maybe we could even just kind of like go through these points and talk about like how we could actually categorize them instead.
I think if we can condense like those and take out the best parts and put them in 2, maybe 3 points.
Okay, let's try. So under altruism, we have Giveth being open source, non-hierarchical global initiative empowering communities with novel decentralized technologies to address their collective needs. Giveth has built 2 completely free and open source donation applications with unique features to facilitate altruistic and decentralized support for 4 good projects and communities. I almost feel like we can combine those 2 things, right?
I mean, I feel like we could get rid of that point.
The second one?
Yeah.
Entirely get rid of it, right?
Yeah, get out of here.
This is redundant. The only part that's there is that we built stuff, but I guess they already know that. That's building stuff isn't a value. So, Giveth loves to reach out practically to similar initiatives, which we see as potential collaborators as opposed to competitors.
Is that explicitly altruistic?
Well, it doesn't need to be altruism. I think.
But I mean, it's under that bullet, right?
Yes.
Or are we going with something totally different now?
I think, well, my idea right now is maybe to go with something different, at least consolidate the points that exist here, and then come up with a system of categorization.
Because I see that point there that you've highlighted, and I think that would be something that we would talk about in community.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. That's better.
And then we'll deal with community later, you know? We'll get there.
Giveth supports many other decentralized initiatives that are adding value to the world, but may not have a direct profit motive. I think this is why that was altruistic. Like, I think this is why we're reaching out to other communities that aren't necessarily profit hunters.
Right.
And this is everywhere, and I also don't like it. Genius.
Yeah, I don't know that we really have to say that.
This?
Yeah, that third one. No, that third point.
I know. I just really don't like it. It's almost
Get
like,
outta here.
look at how good we are. We make no money. Like,
Yeah.
Why would you say that? Yeah.
Right. That's not part of our values is like underpaying people, right?
Don't call me a genius developer.
One of our values is underpaying people.
Not like those idiot developers.
Yeah. Ooh, it feels good to delete it. Oh,
Look it, we got 2 points.
love it.
Who called it?
Giveth encourages, this used to say pushes. I didn't like the idea of pushing anything. Giveth encourages
Yeah.
decentralization. Giveth is the primordial DAC of our first Giveth DApp, Giveth trace, and models internally and externally stimulating. I meant simulating. That's just stimulating. Stimulating decentralized governance. Simulating decentralized governance initiatives and experiments for future DACs. So this is basically just, huh?
Is that
This part
clear?
confuses me. This internally and externally simulating. It's like
Totally.
I know it is confusing. I didn't like it either, but that's what it said on the wiki or somewhere. I mostly copy and pasted this one.
Totally.
So I think we something about the fact that we are encouraging decentralized governance structures and that we're practicing that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we might even mention something about like sociocracy or something in there because we're using that.
Yeah. I'm just going to delete this. Yeah. I guess we can go back to that unless somebody has like a great way they want to word it right now. Okay. Giveth experiments with decentralized communication initiatives for future DACs. I guess like the concept that is trying to be put across here is just that like we're trying things out and we're like we want other people to use it too. So it's like
I think you should squeeze DAO in here somewhere.
yeah.
Kind of thinking too, and it's like that seems kind of like the idea where we're pioneering a lot of these unexplored concepts for DAOs and
Yeah.
knowing what it means to be a DAO and how DAOs govern themselves and everything.
Giveth is pioneering and experimenting with decentralized governance techniques in order to...
Is that a sentence right there, or does it need more?
Okay. Well, I wanted to put the point about...
Radical transparency, you know, and then how we're experimenting with all of these different techniques and we're providing radical transparency so that other communities can learn from where we've already.
Is that decentralization or is that community?
It's open source.
Yeah, it's kind of open source, which allows for decentralization. It allows other communities to go in and then use those same techniques if they work for them.
I think transparency is really good qualities of a community.
Yeah, but I think it's also sort of relevant here because it's like the idea is that we're using decentralized techniques and then like further decentralizing that so that even more people can pick them up in a way.
Okay. So promoting transparency or...
I don't know. I just want to be like in
While practicing radical transparency to make it open source for all or something like that. I don't know.
In order
I think there's a way we can say this with less words.
I know.
We're almost there, but I just
Adoption.
oof.
I know
We're getting
it's too many words, Mitch. I know, but it's all the points are there, so nobody will forget.
Yeah.
It needs to be. Yeah.
I dropped something in chat. I don't know.
Giveth offers open source solutions for transparent social change.
What's our solutions for transparent social change?
I feel like it doesn't have. I mean, yeah. I feel like I want to say that we're experimenting and using decentralized governance techniques. And then the element of it, how it supports communities or how it can be used by others.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever. We don't have to all hack on this right now. If we're kind of stuck, let's just keep going through, I guess. Oh no. Computer's dying. Okay. So, yeah. So, Giveth experiments with decentralized communication initiatives for future DACs. I guess this is like, maybe we can also include this in the same sentence. Governance.
Yeah, I think we can get rid of that second sentence now. Nice.
Giveth is built on blockchain technology, inherently decentralized.
I just put that in now. That was my thought as like
Okay.
So there's the technological side of just being on the blockchain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to put something in here about being like community owned? Or do we think that's covered with the decentralized governance?
I mean, if it's not explicitly said by the fact that we're a DAO.
Maybe that goes under community.
Yeah, maybe that was for the next
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this whole point, yeah. Anyway, we'll get there. Giveth loves to reach out proactively to similar initiatives which he sees as potential collaborators as opposed to competitors. The individual members of Giveth call themselves unicorns and are a ragtag group of white hat hackers.
Oh my
and
god,
social
get rid of this.
I know.
Danny.
I know. I'm also the same as you guys. Then I feel
Delete.
mean, because somebody cared and felt excited and inspired,
Totally.
and I'm just
Well,
like,
4 years ago.
It was also a placeholder.
Yeah, and it can also go like up in the more like what is Giveth part, before we get into the mission, vision, values. Maybe there's like a little blurb about like, some artistic ragtag unicorns or whatever, and then it goes into the mission, vision, and values that are very clear and concise.
Yeah.
I have that little bit about unicorns in bathtubs with mangoes and
Okay. Well, I
just that. No, anyway,
I just hate it.
deal with it later.
Ragtag.
Ragtag group of white hat hackers.
The 1950s.
Jesus. I mean, yes. At a point, yes, I would agree with that. Before, but it's like it's different now.
Yeah. I wonder what ragtag even means, actually.
Oh no.
A disorganized or motley group of people. Like in a parade with mismatched outfits.
An odd collection of instruments.
It's kind of cute. It's cute. We'll maybe put it at the beginning.
But yeah.
Nice. I'm with you all. This is the best team to be on. Okay. We build community internally by uniting around the common goal to build the future of giving through open source development, co-creation, and collaboration. I feel like it's just too many words.
Yeah, too many words.
What if I just took out the whole last part?
Yeah, because the goal is already stated in the mission.
Right. And then we enable trust within communities by increasing transparency and accountability through blockchain technology. And we build community externally by uniting givers and makers so that change can be born of true and lasting connections between these two types of change makers.
Oh, I think we can get rid of that.
Yeah. But how about then we build community? Like, I want to say something about how the community influences our, like, DApp development. Like, we build based on feedback from our community. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it might be nice to have the build community externally, because 2 points above we have build community internally. So
Yeah.
Maybe replacing that we build community around like we are an open community or welcoming something like. Because yeah, I don't love that second bullet point. I think it could be stronger.
Yeah. We are an open community, open, welcoming community, united around the common goal.
Yeah. Like that.
No?
What are you gonna say, Mitch?
What do you want, Mitch?
I think you could say, maybe instead of open and welcoming, you could just say inclusive.
Yeah, that's funny. We're an inclusive community.
I mean, I hope that we're welcoming without having to have said it, you know?
Cool.
Should we? Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
maybe this is a part to be a community-owned platform. We can throw that in here. We develop, yeah. Members.
Nice. Okay. I feel like these need to be reorganized. Maybe this one goes first. Or this one goes first.
Cool.
This point here, Giveth loves to reach out to.
Yeah.
Can we say Giveth proactively reaches out to?
Yeah. How about we proactively reach out to, because it's now not consistent with what's above.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, we've got it. That's better. Good. Okay. Yeah, Giveth is more than the sum of its parts. While decentralized, our shared values create the energy and inspiration needed to make the world a better place. We call ourselves the Giveth Unicorns. We call the entity of the 4 Giveth circles governance, communications, community, and DApp development. The Giveth deck. But I think maybe we don't even need this. This could go like at the beginning. This is all what is Giveth stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
and then we can give it down, right?
Yeah. Oops. Nice.
Do it.
Did it. Just did it. Oh my goodness, it's so much better. I like deleting things now. Okay, so then we have this list of values from the brand guide. Like, so we just went through and we summarized these points into better points about the values if we're maintaining the values, or do we want to like restructure these and call them different things? And where does this lie, or does it not?
I don't know if these values apply. I think it might have been just in the scope of him writing the brand guide.
No, it was somewhere else too. Marco pulled that like from the Notion.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. Yep. I found a lot of the stuff in a lot of places.
Interesting. I don't know. I kind of like just having the 3 points there with the sub bullets.
Okay. Should we just leave them as they are?
We could leave them as they are, or we could also try to just incorporate more of those words within these topics, you know, because we like talked about transparency already, so that's already kind of in there. We talked about decentralization
and trust and governance.
Yeah, so like a lot of these could be taken out that we already mentioned, and maybe there's a few of those we could like add into one of the sentences or.
Yeah. So which ones are we missing?
How are we going to get dream in there?
Dream.
Did you put dream in there? It's the most
Just
important one. I don't think futurism is necessary.
Inclusion's already in there.
Collaboration we also got in there. We don't
It's
really
a
have
connection and inclusion. They're both
in community. Yeah, totally. I'm taking out dream just because.
We could put it in the what is Giveth, a ragtag group of dreamer unicorns.
Okay,
Oh my
Ashley.
God.
I'll put it in there. Let's just go up right now. of dreamer white hackers. Great. Cool. I don't think futurism's really necessary because we talk about like the future of giving, so I think we can just take that out as well. Do you think that we should add some sort of point somewhere that like includes like the types of projects we're trying to attract? Did we say something about positive impact projects? Maybe we could put it in here.
No, but we could say we have that. Yeah, well, I was thinking the one above it too, like empowering positive impact communities or social impact projects, something like that.
Open source, non-hierarchical, global initiative, empowering social, environmental, and humanistic impact projects with novel decentralized technologies, not to address their collective needs. Why not? Who deleted that? Who didn't like it? Is it just too long?
I thought it was unnecessary to address their collective needs. I didn't think it really added anything.
You'd be right.
So I just took it out to make it shorter.
Okay. Cool. So we got social good, humanism, and environmentalism, honesty, innovation, empowerment.
Empowerment's already used in the sentence you were just in.
Nice.
Yep.
Honesty
we also have a typo
and
in
innovation.
project.
Oh. Yeah. Project. Really? I guess someone fixed it. Looks like someone just fixed it.
I wasn't in there, I think. Sorry.
Okay. Nice.
Do you think honesty is kind of similar to transparency. Do we need to say both?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that.
Deal. Innovation. I guess that's in with like pioneering and experimenting decentralized governance communication. We're good.
Giveth
Yeah.
offers innovative open source solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Um,
And
under-
altruism.
Just at the very beginning. We would have to change
Oh
the
no.
whole thing.
Okay.
I was
Where were you
at
looking,
the one,
Tommy?
in the decentralization one.
Oh,
The last sentence. Giveth offers innovative. Ooh.
innovative.
Sounds like Costa Rica here. Jesus.
Innovated open source.
Dogs,
solutions on the
roosters.
built on blockchain.
Dogs, motorcycles.
Tools, did you say, Ashley?
Innovated open source solutions built on blockchain technology.
Maybe we don't need to, which is inherently centralized. Or?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Transparent blockchain technology.
We talk about transparency in the sentence right before that.
Okay.
Nice. Great. So much
That's
better.
good.
Yay.
Just a reminder that we have another call in about 5 minutes. Are we having that call tonight, Willie? Do you know?
Yeah, as far as I know, it's still on. Forrest, do you know any better?
What was
I
the
see.
question, Willie?
I assume that.
Yeah, the Give Sprint celebration is still on, right?
Yeah, in a few minutes.
And I mean, is there anyone who's not here that's going to go to that call? We could just stay in this room too. And finish up. You could finish up on a good spot and not feel like you have to run.
I see Bowen and Hannah
Maybe
have
Bowen.
Oh, yeah.
and Danny.
Okay, cool.
What's
Okay.
up, by the way, Chris?
I know, I didn't even see you come in.
Oh yeah, just snuck in.
Hey there.
Hey.
So we're definitely, we're calling ourselves a DAO now. I think this is a lot better. I mean, the next section is the goals. Yeah, the next section is the goals, but I just don't think we have enough time really to go through it. So maybe we can just like take the last couple of minutes and talk briefly about the covenant for gardens, or I guess we could also talk about this in the Give call. But if you guys, yeah, because like we can make these kind of like mission-y vision, like all of our values and things kind of like more consolidated. But I was reading like the covenant for One Hive, and it has a lot to do with like it's almost like the things that they don't want in community, the things that they're like explicitly like not okay with, like sexual harassment or like violence or I don't know, exploitation of various forms. So and it's like largely there to just like, you know, protect them, like if they want to dispute proposals with Celeste. So would love to know what you guys think should definitely be included in the covenant.
I put a link to the One Hive one in the chat if anybody wants to look and kind of see what they did already.
Nice.
Their stuff is pretty good. I wonder if we can
Mostly rip it.
use theirs without copy. You know, I hope they would be cool with it. Like,
They copied it completely.
cool. The same examples of unacceptable behavior.
Yeah, I mean it's a classic open source community guidelines.
So we could just like largely copy a lot of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they added 2 paragraphs.
They added 2 paragraphs.
Yeah, that are One Hive specific. Like, what is their goals and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I can really just do that then. I'll just like work the One Hive covenant and put the stuff we just hacked on with the mission, vision, value stuff, and then we'll have something workable for like tomorrow or so.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're basically at the top of the hour. Thank you, everybody, for your help. This was super productive, and I'm gonna go through and fix typos and try to just like tweak it a little bit more, and then I'll like put it in the comms channel, and anybody who wants to go in and do like a little bit of like extra hacker